discuss that, I'm joined by Walter Ladwig, former consultant to the Department of Defence in Washington, now at Oxford University. Walter Ladwig, do you think Obama will bend to public opinion and call for a rapid withdrawal?
I think we should first see this issue of the surge and this deadline that we're facing in the context of domestic politics. It was set as an arbitrary deadline in 2009 because of domestic politics. We're seeing it again today. However, the way the president has approached these things in the past has been to split the difference between the hawks and the doves. So he takes a position more hawkish than, say, those calling for an immediate pullout, but will cloak his decision in doing so in more sort of dovish, softer rhetoric to try and keep his base from being alienated.
So what do you think what will he say tonight in that middle way between the hawks and the doves?
Well, I think he will identify the drawdown of all 30,000 surge troops by the end of 2012. They will be out of Afghanistan. However, he might give more leeway to the time and the phasing of this, such as giving responsibilities to local commanders in the field to make the decision as to when troops go, rather than say X, Y, Z, according to certain dates, regardless of developments on the ground. And he'll probably try and take advantage of a drawdown of something symbolic, about a brigade of 5,000 troops or so that are more support troops rather than combat troops, to send a message: we are drawing down these surge forces, but not necessarily harming the military effort.
Of course, President Obama is going to have his eye on the 2012
Absolutely.
Presidential elections. And so, presumably, I mean, if I was him, I'd give more priority to my domestic political pressures than I would necessarily to the situation on the ground in Afghanistan.
Absolutely, and this is the big thing and the big conflict amongst his advisors within the administration. His domestic political base, very liberal-leaning, had strong anti-war sentiments. Not only did he increase the commitment to Afghanistan, we now have operations in Libya that he doesn't want to discuss as a war, but there's a second war going on. And even moderate and centrist Republicans and Democrats in the Senate have expressed real significant concern about the cost of ongoing operations there. Something like $2 billion a week is being spent when, as your intro mentioned, 9% unemployment in the United States, and a real sense that domestic economic development needs to begin at home. However, the foreign policy defense coterie don't worry about elections so much. They want to worry about finishing the mission.
And of course, it isn't President Obama's war. He didn't take America into that war. Does that liberate him a little bit more than, say, President Bush would have been able to pull back sooner?
I think the surge made this President Obama's war. He had the ability to deflect this and say he was carrying on his predecessor's mission and wind it down before 2009. He's now taken this on. Drone strikes into Pakistan and Afghanistan are associated with Obama, not Bush. I think that period has passed.
Walter Ladwig, thank you very much.